And then also have me dress up, you know, in a wig as a kid is a little weird, you know.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times actors shaded their own shows.
It's hard to dance like no one's watching when everyone's watching.
Everyone's watching.
It's been long enough because we've just been making the best season ever. Ever.
But I think I've only been challenged sort of producerially for the last 5 years.
For this list, we'll be looking at actors and actresses who publicly called out TV series they worked on. This is usually about the writing, the trajectory of their character arcs, or behind-the-scenes drama. Since some moments involve key plot points, a spoiler warning is now in effect. Who do you think was the shadiest? Sound off in the comments. Number 10. Robert Sheehan, The Umbrella Academy. The dance scene in the first episode of the Netflix superhero series is iconic. Each character breaks it down to Tiffany's "I Think We're Alone Now" in different rooms, showing off their individual personalities.
Look at the way we gotta hide what we're doing.
But if you ask Sheehan, aka Klaus Hargreaves, the scene felt more performative and didn't accomplish much in terms of story. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the Irish actor admitted to not fully getting the scene.
There's certain things about the show that completely baffle me. And
Like what?
The dancing is one of them. I'm like, people love it.
It doesn't help that he had to film this on the first day of shooting. Yeah, that might be just a little awkward.
Dance like no one's watching. And also meet all these new people you've never met.
Just dance in front of them.
Number 9. Michelle Williams, Dawson's Creek. Since her TV days, Michelle Williams has starred in critically acclaimed films such as Brokeback Mountain, Blue Valentine, and Manchester by the Sea. Even though she's had a successful career, Williams worried that she'd be seen as Capeside's resident bad girl Jen Lindley forever.
Look, my Grams is waiting, I should go, but it was really nice to meet you guys, and I'll see you in school.
In 2019, she told Vulture, quote, "When I got out of television, it felt like a stain on you. It was hard work to erase it and to ask to be looked at in a different, new way." Fortunately, the Emmy-winning actress's versatility kept her from being typecast. She also shared with fellow actress Patricia Clarkson that the formulaic teen drama was like working a factory job.
So that was hard. It was a little bit like a factory job.
At least it was a learning experience, right? Number 8. Billy Ray Cyrus, Hannah Montana. The Disney Channel show might have been wildly popular, but its stars reportedly suffered behind the scenes. Miley Cyrus herself said,
I think now that I'm older, now I realize that's a lot to put on a kid. It's a lot to put on a kid.
Back in 2011, the Cyrus family was going through a lot. Controversy surrounded Miley's new look and behavior, and her parents were seemingly headed for divorce. Billy Ray Cyrus opened up to GQ saying, quote, "I'll tell you right now, the damn show destroyed my family. I hate to say it, but yes, I'd take it back in a second." Since this interview, he's reconciled with his wife and daughter. Meanwhile, his work on the show is the reason Lil Nas X asked him to collaborate on a little song called Old Town Road that revived his music career. You might have heard of it.
He told me too that it was because he watched Hannah Montana. Yeah.
Number 7. Ed Harris, Westworld. Since 2016, HBO's dystopian drama has dominated our screens. The mysterious man in black, played by veteran actor Ed Harris, is a fan favorite, though the trajectory of his character isn't what he had in mind.
Seems you're not the man you thought you were.
Going from a deadly gunslinger to a powerless good guy, the man in white, is quite the change. On his experience filming season 3 of the series, Harris said, quote, "I signed on to play the man in black. I did not sign on to play the man in white, so it wasn't the most joyous season for me, I gotta say." When asked if it's difficult to get into the headspace of a dark character, he says, quote, "It's not so hard to embody, but it's hard to feel like something I'm really enjoying doing." Yikes. Tell us how you really feel, Ed.
We ask ourselves, why are we here?
Number 6. Angus T. Jones, 2.5 Men. As child stars grow up, they tend to distance themselves from past projects. In Jones's case, he was still on the show though. The actor didn't hold back in his now infamous YouTube interview with his new church. Not only did he call the show filth in 2012, but he also told people not to watch it.
You cannot be a true God-fearing person and be
on a television show like that.
He publicly apologized for his comments, but the damage was already done. He left the show in 2014. He's since moved away from organized religion and even made an appearance on the show's series finale in 2015.
Oh God, how much do you have left?
$2.5 million.
Number 5. Penn Badgley, Gossip Girl. Before we knew him as Joe Goldberg on You, he first appeared on our screens as Dan Humphrey, aka Lonely Boy, on Gossip Girl. There's been a lot of comparison between the two characters, many seeing Joe as a continuation of Dan.
In some ways, yes, he is just Dan with a knife.
The actor and his former co-star Chase Crawford reunited during quarantine to discuss their current shows and reminisce about the good old teen drama days.
You know, we're both playing like these sort of emblematic guys, these sort of iconic level sort of characters, but now they're both terrible. and I mean, the truth is not that much has changed.
Crawford stars in Amazon Prime's The Boys as the Deep, a character who uses his status as a superhero to take advantage of women.
Oh yeah, we move on from Gossip Girl to playing despicable, murderous, white male privileged guys. I mean, it's just the natural progression.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Number 4, Sarah Paulson, American Horror Story. We know Sarah Paulson as many characters in the AHS universe, but there was one season the actress just wasn't into. In season 6, titled Roanoke, Paulson plays 2 new parts, new homeowner Shelby Miller and British actress Audrey Tyndall, in addition to reprising her Lana Winters character from season 2. Quote, "I just don't care about this season at all," she told the Awards Chatter podcast. Paulson had just finished her award-winning role as Marcia Clark on the People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story. Quote, "I was so underwhelmed by the whole experience. Her comments may seem a bit harsh, but she is the Supreme after all."
What's a Supreme? You're looking at her.
Number 3, Emilia Clarke, Game of Thrones. It's safe to say that the final season of Game of Thrones was a disappointment for many fans. And the cast apparently wasn't happy either, especially the Mother of Dragons, who died a villain. On Daenerys' fatal end, Clarke said she was, quote, "annoyed that Jon Snow didn't have to deal with something, and that, quote, he got away with murder, literally." But it was ahead of the finale that the actress really said it all in just 3 words.
Best season ever!
See, she knew her character deserved better. She was trying to warn us. Number 2, Ellen Pompeo, Grey's Anatomy. Throughout its over 15-year run, Grey's Anatomy has had its share of drama behind the scenes. We all remember when Katherine Heigl landed in hot water after she pulled her name from Emmy consideration. But when Ellen Pompeo sat down with Variety's Actors on Actors in 2019, she shed even more light on the show's problems and the many times she wanted to leave. She went on to call out the lack of stimulating material.
I haven't been challenged creatively at all.
She made it her mission to make things better off-screen, and considering she fought for a $20 million a year salary, we'd say she's met a milestone.
If you're bold, and if you do speak up, and if you do say unpopular things, that you just might be part of some change.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Vanessa Morgan, Riverdale. The cast of Riverdale is notorious for shading the show's writers. For instance, Betty's Lily Reinhart admitted,
They usually don't even know what's gonna happen. Like they usually make it up as they, I hate to say that, but it's true.
They also can't seem to hide their disdain for the eye-roll-inducing plot lines, with Veronica's Camila Mendez declaring,
All my lines are WTF moments.
But it was Vanessa Morgan, who plays Tony Topaz, who got real about both the media and the CW drama's portrayal of Black people in an online statement. Quote, "Tired of us also being used as sidekick, non-dimensional characters to our white leads, or only used in the ads for diversity but not actually in the show. It starts with the media." Morgan also followed up the statement by replying to a fan on Twitter saying, quote, "I'm the only Black series regular, but also paid the least. Girl, I could go on for days."
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.